Hi, I'm Ben Eilers, and I'm one of the founders of Agent Hub 360. And in these next few minutes, I'm going to give you a high-level introduction to what Agent Hub 360 is and what it makes possible. And you're here because you're searching for something and because somebody told you about Agent Hub 360, a leader in your organization or a fellow agent, because they know that Agent Hub 360 is the fastest way to go from how you're operating to a whole nother level of performance and what's possible for you in this business. Agent Hub 360 is the systems and the support team all put together and managed for you. That gives you a complete business. And a complete business is what's not only going to free you from the chaos that you're probably operating in, it's going to give you more time, much higher productivity and sense of accomplishment. And most importantly, it's going to allow you to achieve those long-range goals like passive income and an exit strategy. That's what we've spent a decade working on with hundreds of agents. And so what is it that you really want? What's blocking you from having that? And how are you going to get on that path to transforming your business? That's what we're going to cover here today. And that's what we want for all of you. So let's get started. And so the first step in your entire journey is the CEO Hub. It's the starting point for running a business, and it's been key to the success of every agent we've worked with. The business mentorship program that's harnessing the planning center, and that's only $95 a month. I'm going to spend a few minutes on that in just a moment, but I want to show you the progression because it's easy steps from there. When you're ready then to execute on your plan, you can delegate that to Agent Hub. And putting in place with the entry hub is adding to the planning center, that operations center. And then lastly, the complete business moving on to an enterprise hub, which is adding that third all critical follow-up center. Now you have all three business centers, the follow-up center, the operations center, and the business planning center. That's how you can progress easily if you want to delegate it out or if you want to do it yourself. But you're all set up because of the CEO Hub and the ongoing business mentorship. Nolly Williams, a best-selling author, a master real estate coach, he describes Agent Hub 360 as extreme leverage. What agents experience, as one said here, I delegate more than half the things I used to do. That's the beginning of space and freedom. I feel empowered, another one said, because my team is working when I'm not. Knowing that has changed everything. It changes your business. It changes your experience of your work and what's possible. And it's hard to put a price on that. So let's look at what you're dealing with, which is this, isn't it? That's you in the middle, pulled in every direction, trying to do too many things, and it's really just too much, isn't it? You're the chief everything officer, right? That small lettered CEO, and that's not actually what you want to be doing, is it? And it's not your fault that you're having to do all that and being stressed out in the process. It's simply the way the business has evolved. And it didn't used to be that way. Up here in the right hand is the role of the agent in your business. And that was the extent of the business 30 years ago when I got in. It was pretty simple. It was fun. It was profitable. And if you were a good agent and applied yourself, you could create a really great business. But being a good agent isn't good enough today. In fact, I speak to great agents every day, and they don't have great businesses. Like one said to me, Ben, I've done 1,200 transactions, and I'm too good of an agent to have a business that looks like mine does. You've experienced that probably. Does that sound like you? Or another agent, David, who said to me just recently, Ben, I did 55 transactions the last 12 months, and I'm ready to jump off a bridge. I got zero joy out of doing that. What's happening? Well, it's because you're running in circles and you're not able to run a business. It's like having a bunch of puzzle pieces, but the pieces are all the different puzzles and you can't put it all together. And one of the main things is that everywhere you look are gaps where your clients, your closings, and that quality of life that you want is seeping through. The impact on agents is really real. I hear it every day in the consultations I have with great agents. And it's about all the things that they've lost. Yeah, of course, it's that lost money. How much have you lost in the last year? Many would say 100,000 in commission in the last year or two, or 4, 5, 10 million in the last 4 or 5 years. That's pretty realistic, isn't it? But even more, how about all the lost hours or maybe the lost years of effort you've put in that really have not created much of a difference or the results that you wanted? And if you get brutally honest with yourself, how about the cost of the lost spirit, that energy that you've had, the passion about creating something and achieving something great? Has that dimmed a little bit? That pain and that cost is very real. And getting real about where you really are and understanding this model, is the good news. Because once you know where you are, then you can start the journey to where you want to get to. These are the key takeaways that I want you to get out of this conversation that'll help give you direction. One, that is an old, unsustainable model. It's limited, and what its limit is for you in particular is that you're relegated to doing transactions, but it's very hard to build anything beyond just doing transactions and transactions until you drop. And it's because this business has gotten too complex, and it's too complex to do alone. And it takes people with other skills, with detailed technical knowledge, and people that are doing things that they're really good at that you're not, or you don't want to do and don't do at all. And lastly, to get to where you want to go, to have the transformation that you want, you must operate out of that box of chaos and limitation and get out front of your business. So now let's turn this around and start looking to what you really do want. You want a profitable business, but you want your life to get simpler as your business gets more successful. And you want your business to grow more freedom and grow more choices for you, like when you can choose to not be in production anymore, and growing security for your family, of course. But how about being able to sell your business someday? Have you ever thought about that? All other professions, doctors, attorneys, are building their book of business, and they're able to sell that someday. And then lastly, of course, that fulfillment, that deep sense of accomplishment from the work you're putting in and the life you're putting into your work. All of that is possible. So now you know where you are. Let's look at where you're going. That end in mind, the big picture. This is what a complete business looks like today. And it starts here with your being freed up to focus on the clients, the closings, and being shielded from all the details, from all the things you shouldn't be doing, and then taking all of these pieces, your database of all those relationships, your past clients, your sphere of influence, the people you've recently met, and all of your technology together that you're using. That's your tech stack. You may know. We're going to talk about that later, but it's taking all of that together and integrating it into one structure that's put together and managed so that all of these pieces work like one whole and compound the returns. We'll talk more about this structure in a few minutes so that you understand it clearly. But the results, number one, you're able to get into an operating rhythm. Number two, the business naturally expands because the gaps are closed and turns into closings. And then it gets really exciting in this upper right-hand corner. This is the overflow from having a well-structured business where all the pieces are working together. You start to create overflow transactions that you're choosing whether you're the agent for or someone else is the agent for. That reliable referral fee income, you're able to support other agents in your organization or in your flex team, and you can use it to attract agents to your organization as well. You're starting to see a pathway maybe to achieving what you want, aren't you? And the impact on you is significant. First of all, relief. You're relieved of doing too many things, being fatigued and stressed out from trying to do it all. Number two, you have clarity to know exactly what to do and what's going to make the biggest difference, be able to make great decisions. And number three is momentum across your entire business. The deals in your pipeline doubling and tripling in the first year, more and more repeats and referrals, higher conversion rates on your leads. You'll see your income, your profitability going up, the amount of time you have increasing as well. When you move from this model to this model, you've moved from being self-employed to being a CEO, fully supported by a real company. And you can be heads up and be focused on the things that are really important, like those other streams of income that you're strategizing for in the future. That is a very different outcome and a very different experience. And it's all because of this. So systems and support all put together in one place. Those three business centers, a follow-up center, an operations center, and a business planning center. The follow-up center, of course, everybody wants more follow-up. And that's what agents usually hear first in this conversation is follow-up. When we mean follow-up, we mean following up forever with everyone your business has touched. All of your past clients, of course. But how about your sphere of influence and people you've met at open houses and those leads you were introduced to a year ago or 2 years ago? All of those people, as well as all the new leads coming in. Following up forever, human to human, so they don't fall through the cracks. That's follow-up. What makes that extraordinary follow-up possible, though, is the operations center. What that operations center is doing is integrating your tech stack and is providing the support team and the structure for that all to work together. And so when we're speaking of systems, this would be a great example where systems, detailed knowledge, things where not doing it alone really make a difference. One of the things in the mentorship program, we diagnose and analyze with agents what they're using, what they need. And I don't want to go into too much detail, but I just want you to get having all of these pieces integrated in one place, make them work as a whole, creating compounding returns. This is one of those things that's almost impossible for an agent to do on their own, and they shouldn't even try. This takes extraordinary expertise and skill to do this well. All of this stuff and the data management, that's what an operations center is. Don't worry about all these things. I just want you to see that it's your operations center organizing and integrating all of this. So now it works. And when you start to see this, you understand why it's not your fault that you're dealing in chaos and you're not able to achieve everything you want, because this is what it takes to have a complete business today. And it's your operations center that's making that possible. And so how do you get all that? It's with planning. The planning center, it all starts with a plan and it all ends with a plan. It's just common sense, isn't it? It's exactly what you would do if you had any other business, wouldn't you? Be it a restaurant or a doctor or a Walmart. It all starts with a comprehensive plan so you know how you're getting from where you are to where you're going. It's the fastest way and the most productive way to get there. So before we start structuring and taking action in agents' business, the critical thing is the time spent in aligning all the pieces before the action. And that's the plan. When I used to build houses, we started with a blueprint, then we poured the foundation, and then we built the rest of the house. That's exactly what we do with an agent's business. And so the first step in your entire journey is the CEO Hub, the business mentorship program that's harnessing the planning center. It's the starting point for running a business, and it's been key to the success of every agent we've worked with. It's $95 a month. You don't have to think about that too much. So let's look at the CEO Hub. The CEO Hub is the business mentorship program, which is about becoming a great business owner and growing more quickly and with ease. And the three major components of the CEO Hub, the 360 business plan, a comprehensive business plan, the weekly coaching, business coaching ongoingly to help you expand your knowledge, your understanding, and your business plan. And then a weekly master circle, a community of top performers, of people on the leading edge of real estate and achieving at a very high level. The business plan is one of those most important things, and every business owner and all great businesses begin with a business plan. Although, do you know many agents who have started with a business plan? Probably not. And that's exactly what you get out of the first month in the business mentorship program. And in most cases during this process, agents are able to cut out a tremendous amount of waste, giving you clarity to make good decisions, knowing where to cut the wasted time, the wasted money you're spending, and the pieces all come together. They're all part of one puzzle, and now you're piecing that puzzle together with guidance. Agents get so energized. You'd be surprised by having a complete, comprehensive business plan. And as an agent said just recently, I'm more relaxed because I got a plan and I'm not scattered. A relief, huh? My expenses dropped. This is someone else said my expenses dropped from 64% to 31% of my income. That's a massive drop. Now I'm much more in control of my business and what I'm doing. Control. That would feel pretty darn good, wouldn't it? And something simple that agents say commonly, my business makes more sense to me now. And you're not doing it alone because you've got guidance. Part of this whole program, what you're getting is things like a gap diagnostic where you can identify where the deals are seeping through, or a lead gen analysis, looking more deeply at your strategies and against the 360 playbook. And how about a transition plan? How great would that be to know how you're going from production to passive income? That has tremendous power on an agent's psyche. And if you're going on to build an organization, the flex team, what a flex team is to free you from that traditional team model. And if you're building an organization, there's a financial plan for org builders. There's also an agent attraction plan for them as well. So that's the CEO Hub and the starting place for everyone. It's the starting point for running a business, and it's been key to the success of every agent we've worked with. And you'll be able to go and implement, even if you don't have an entry or an enterprise hub. But along the way, if you choose that that's the next step for you, having you have those systems and the support team put together and managed for you. The Entry Hub starts from $495 a month, adding that all-important operations center to the planning center. And now you really have the foundation for a complete business where your CRM is being managed, that tech stack is integrated, so all those pieces are working together and compounding. Now you have access to the operations team on a very limited basis for $495. This is a terrific place to start if that's where your budget is or that's how you want to approach it. Many agents know they want to go directly to the Enterprise Hub, which is the complete business. All three of those business centers. You've now added the follow-up center to the operations center and the planning center from $1,095 a month, and where you're getting that forever follow-up with everybody, human to human calling. There's always a next call and how those calls progress, working seamlessly with you. And now you really can have freedom because you can delegate to the entire operations team. More than 50 different tasks, whether that be set up your listing marketing, adjust a buyer search, send out a handwritten card, all of those things that you can delegate so that you're free and your business is flowing. It also really represents exactly who you are. This is one quotation that sums it up so well from Scott, who's had his hub for about 1.5 years. He said, "You're my missing link. I finally have a real business, and I've never been able to say that before. Now the efforts I put in are scaling my business in ways I just couldn't do on my own." You can hear in that he's experiencing something new, a new energy. Something's now available, and he's excited. What makes that possible is captured best in this phrase, that you're no longer doing it alone. You can do more. Your business can function better, and you can get free because you're not doing it alone. This is a complex business today, and it takes people with other skills and people that are doing things that they're really good at that you're not, or you don't want to do and don't do it. One agent said, "I'm so much less stressed because I don't have to manage my VA and tell him what to do anymore. I let him go. I got peace of mind, and I reduced my expenses." Win. You'd like to win like that too, wouldn't you? So how you get to that kind of business is this. And it's one of my favorite points in this conversation because what it's about, your breakthrough in your business, that breakthrough giving you your freedom back. And when that's all functioning, what you're able to do is achieve another level. Operating as a CEO, you start to be able to create those multiple streams of income that give you security and a lot more choice. And then again, knowing that your business is set up, that is creating value, and you could sell this business someday. So there you have it, the CEO Hub, Entry Hub, and the Enterprise Hub, a simple progression and how you can grow from where you are to a complete business that's going to free you and give you that breakthrough business. So get started and get your plan. I invite you, go below this video and click on Join the CEO Hub. It's the obvious place to start. It's simple. All of these programs, as I said, are month to month, and the CEO Hub is $95. You're going to get so much value from that, far more than that. And we've structured it this way so that more agents, in fact, every agent could get this incredible training and this incredible plan. And if you're an organization builder and you want to know more about how this complete business model is a duplicatable model, you can drive deep down into your organization to intelligently grow and evolve the entire organization. Click the Book a Consult button right below here, because one of the things we're out to do is also transform how organizations are built so that all agents can have a complete business and what's possible for them. So no matter what, I hope you click a button and take action now. So come on, what are you waiting for? I'm Ben Eilers. I hope I see you around the hub soon. Bye for now.